All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great session with the presidential candidate of the fictional Common Sense People's Party. Of course, I must start by saying a big thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my new YouTube channel. The channel name is Mr. Benjamin. It is an entertainment and comedy channel with political humor, satires, and all. Give your man a subscription and I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Now, let's get straight into politics. The events that took place during and after the 2023 presidential election are going to live with Nigerians for so many more years. It is not unusual for politicians to attempt to play dirty in order to grab power. But when institutions give up on their mandates just to please individuals, then it becomes an abomination. And that was exactly what Yakubu Mahmood did with INEC. The Electoral Act and INEC guidelines for the 2023 presidential election both stated that results must be uploaded to the IREV in real time. Yakubu Mahmood himself went around the world telling everyone who cared to listen that upload of results to the IREV was mandatory. But on election day, he failed to upload and then he went ahead to announce a result. But that was not the worst thing that happened. Every country has laws. So when illegal things happen, there is a place that people go to seek redress, and that is where the judiciary comes in. The thuggery and irregularities that took place on election day were tabled before the judiciary. The abominations of INEC were also tabled before the judges, including the glaring evidence from the Chicago State University. But alas, the judges ignored the pleas of the people and they upheld the declaration of INEC. The judiciary sold out and left the people in tears. But just as we have always said here, elections have consequences, and the consequences are so enormous, numerous, and far-reaching that no one is immune. It is 7 months into TINUBU's reign, and the judiciary is now crying out at the state of the nation. The insecurity and economic hardship have become so real that nobody can beat his chest and say he is safe anymore. And one of the most corrupt members of the judiciary could not take it anymore, and he came out with an outburst. Before I show you his outburst, let me quickly show you these touching words from former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Look at how the papers reported it. Coming generations will have to pay Nigeria's current debts, Obasanjo. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has lamented Africa's debt profile, saying the continent's next generation will have no choice but to repay these debts. Obasanjo, who spoke at an event with the 2023 awardees of the Future African Leaders Foundation, an initiative of Pastor Chris Oyakilome, said African countries may find it difficult to secure debt relief considering their large debt profiles. According to him, debt relief secured by Nigeria from the Paris Club during his tenure was allegedly mismanaged by successive administrations and has plunged the country into huge and undeserved debt. With the level of mismanagement of the previous debts written off for the country, it will be almost impossible for any administration to get similar gesture in the continent. The former president was quoted in a statement by his media aide, Kehinde Akinyemi, describing debt as a trap that no individual or country should fall into. Obasanjo explained that leadership was the #1 problem facing the continent. The coming generations will have no choice but to pay the current debts being incurred by different countries in the continent, Obasanjo said Wednesday. Available data from Debt Management Office puts Nigeria public debt at 87.91 trillion as of September 2023. You heard that. Our debt stood at 87.91 trillion as at September last year. And TINUBU came in and immediately began borrowing to buy SUVs, wasting money. This was the main reason Obasanjo wanted and still wants Peter Obi to be president of this country, because in the political class, only Obi has the discipline to clean up this mess. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by T-Talk says, future generations will pay hugely for benefiting nothing from the stolen wealth. The only thing the masses benefit from is subsidy, and now it has been taken away. So what are they paying hugely for? If you ask me, who I go ask? And this tweet here says, OBJ understands it better. Otherwise, how will you explain African leaders borrowing trillions of dollars to loot? Nigeria alone has borrowed what our crude cannot offset in years and have squandered it. Who will pay all these loans? We are in a very big mess. And this one says, it is what it is. Our unborn children will pay for what they know nothing about. Chai! And this tweet by Femi says, normal level now, the children will pay for the sins of their fathers. Their fathers use tribalism and religion to vote in useless governments. Now, we all know how the NBA president opposed the all eyes on the judiciary movement, calling it an intimidation of the judiciary. We saw how he was supporting the APC and all. Now, he has come out to cry about the state of the nation. Look at how the papers reported it. Prioritize security. NBA urges TINUBU. The Nigerian Bar Association has lamented the specter of insecurity witnessed in many parts of the country in 2023. Bemoaning the state of insecurity in the country, the NBA president Yakubu Benekau, in a statement on Tuesday, urged President Bola Tinubu to give more priority to the security of lives and properties of the citizens in 2024. Benekau also condemned the attacks on Christmas Eve in Plateau State, which led to the deaths of over 100 people. He noted that the attack would be a result of poor intelligence gathering or a deliberate failure to act. Mikhail, however, called on the president to ensure that no space is left ungoverned in the country. The statement partly read, the NBA decried the state of insecurity across the nation and condemned the December attacks by bandits on villages in Plateau State, leaving nearly 200 Nigerians dead. The attack in Plateau is clearly indicative of poor intelligence gathering or a deliberate failure to act despite the intelligence on the impending attacks on the villages or notice of the attack on the villages by the bandits as reported by community leaders. The NBA therefore urged the government of President Bola Tinubu to show a demonstrable commitment to prioritizing the security of the lives and properties of Nigerians. Government, through our armed forces and other security agencies, must ensure that no square inch of the Nigerian territory is left ungoverned. No part of Nigeria should be left under the control of criminal elements by whatever name so called. The government must make deliberate investment in security of such a scale and magnitude which will leave Nigeria in no doubt as to the sincerity of the statement made by the president. Now, I can't believe the NBA president, Yakubu Mikhail-san, is saying this so early into Tinubu's regime. He is now teaching Tinubu how to rule. The same man who said Jagaban was the best man for the job. Obviously, he was paid to do so. Now, that was what he said on the security. Before I show you what he said about the economy, let me pause to say this. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my new YouTube channel called Mr. Benjamin. And to those of you who haven't subscribed, please help a brother. There's a link to the channel in the comment section of this video. You can just click that link and it will take you straight to the channel. Or you just type Mr. Benjamin in your YouTube search bar. The channel will pop up carrying my picture. Then you can click and subscribe. Please, I'm sorry for interrupting the flow of the video. Some people may be hearing about the new channel for the first time, while others need to be constantly reminded before they subscribe. Anyway, please subscribe today and God bless you as you do. Now let's continue with the NBA president's rant. On the state of the economy, the NBA president has called on the government to put in place additional measures to address the ensuing and increasing difficulties associated with the subsidy removal. He also urged the president to undertake budgetary reforms that would stimulate the economy without engendering inflation and improve the generation and transmission of electricity. Meikau said, with the passing of the 2024 budget by the National Assembly, it is now left for Mr. President to demonstrate to Nigerians that these are not mere rhetoric. Nigerians need to be reassured that their sacrifices will count for something and genuine efforts are being made to ensure that their pain and suffering will be short-lived. I can't believe what this man is saying. This man is now speaking as if he is not part of those that brought this calamity upon Nigerians. God will definitely punish these people. And that is why we keep telling the masses, we keep telling the common man that we must put tribe and religion aside and stand up for ourselves. We are the only help we've got. This is what these elites have understood. This is the same man that was singing praises of APC and TINUBU up and down, saying that TINUBU will solve all the problems. He's now talking as if he's talking to kids, now telling them what to do. It means he knew all along that they didn't have the solution, but he was supporting them because he wanted to enrich himself. He was working for himself. That is why each and every one of us need to put religion and tribe aside and work for ourselves. Because the only way we can enjoy this country is if we have the right leadership. When we have the right leadership. Anyway, make I leave am here. Don't forget to go to my new YouTube channel as soon as you are done watching this video and give your boy that subscription. It is called Mr. Benjamin. Please help a brother. As for me, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.